Vogue sewing patterns that you can use to sew designer looks, some of them straight from the runway, all in today's video. Hello everyone, welcome. This is where we talk about sewing and fashion and creating a handmade wardrobe. Today's video is one of my favorites to research and create for you, and that is looking for designer inspiration that was used to create Vogue patterns that are offered to us so that you can sew your own designer look. Some of these looks are straight off of the runway. In the description box below this video, I have a link to my Pinterest board where you can find the original for all of these looks that I'm sharing with you, because who knows, maybe you want to purchase an original for yourself. In no particular order, here are the Vogue patterns. Vogue 1984. This looks like it was inspired by this designer version that retails for $8,000, and the designer version is created out of wool crepe. This is described as close-fitting, off the shoulder. The top has boning, contrast front inset, two-piece sleeves, and exposed separating zipper at the back. View A has contrast lapels and 3/4 length sleeves, and view B has long sleeves with cuffs. Fabric recommendations are brocade, heavy satin, piqué, shantung, and wool blends. Vogue 1990. Looks like this inspiration came straight from the runway. This is a Valentino coat. It retails for $6,900 and it is out of double wool. I love that little bow on the front. And the description for the pattern, it's a lined coat with peak lapels, extended shoulder pads, two-piece sleeves, waist darts, front inseam pockets, concealed snap front closure, and a back vent. View A has a bow detail. Fabric recommendations are brocade, denims, and wools. Vogue 1981. This is a Begling Mishka design. This is a stretch velvet dress retailing for $465. The description of the pattern, close-fitting, partially lined dress, has ruched detailing, concealed side front slit, long sleeves, covered shoulder pads, invisible back zipper, back darts, and stitched hems. It is designed for a two-way stretch knit, 50% cross-grain stretch, and suitable for things like matte jersey, rayon spandex, or stretch velvet. And of course, you'll also need a stretch lining. You could use like a swimsuit lining, or you could even use a power mesh, I guess. Vogue 1993. I wasn't able to find an exact match for this, but the inspiration looked like it came from Chanel. So I looked on the Chanel website and the Chanel runways, and I came across this wool tweed jacket that retails for $7,050. So sew it yourself using this Vogue pattern. The description on the Vogue pattern: fitted cropped jackets with extended shoulders, shoulder pads, two-piece sleeves. View A has below elbow length sleeves and patch pockets. View B has long sleeves with working vents and patch pockets with flaps. The pants are fitted with fly front zipper with a hook and bar closure, waist facings, waist dart, and invisible hems. View A and C both have purchased trim. You know, I find it interesting that some of the patterns Vogue offers to us, they have a pretty detailed description, and others they'll say things like, shirt dress with buttons. Recommended fabrics for this pattern: brocade, linen blends, men's suiting, tweed, and wool crepe. Vogue 1991, a Tom and Linda Platt design. Now, I have had trouble finding some of their designs online to try and find the inspiration for the patterns, and this was no exception. I was not able to find all of the wraps, but I did find the red one on their Instagram page. I don't know what it retailed for though. This pattern is for 3 wraps with neckline, collar, and closure variations. View A, front hook and eye closure. View B has contrast neck ruffle and ties in front. View C has a slit opening to pull the front through. Fabric recommendations are clogue fabric, 4-ply crepe, Mikado, and satin face organza. All the years I've been sewing, I had no idea what clogue fabric was, and I looked it up for you. It's a double fabric with a jacquard effect, produced using yarns of different characters or twists, and often blended with silk wool or silk cotton. There you go. I'm gonna have to look for some and see what it looks like. Vogue 1982. This one's my favorite out of the entire collection. Just a little side note. This inspiration photo is from Stella McCartney, and it retails for $1,950. The fabric on the inspiration photo, it's viscose acetate and elastin. The description for the pattern, it's a fitted lined cape with a jewel neckline, front waist and bust darts, back princess seams, back slit, and invisible back zipper. The attached unlined cape, so your wrong side is going to show, also has an invisible back zipper and a baby hem. View A has 3/4 length sleeves and view B is sleeveless. This is designed for 4-ply crepe, jacquard, satin back crepe, and wool blends. And then your lining suggestions are charmeuse, China silk, and crepe de chine. That just sounds like a very luxurious, beautiful dress. And I have absolutely no place to wear this. So whether I buy the pattern and sew it remains to be seen. Vogue 1986. This inspiration is from Anne de Moulemeester. This is a satin skirt retailing for $1,800. The description on the pattern, long, slim-fitting bias skirts with invisible back zipper, hook and eye closure at the waistband, and a baby hem. View A is evening length, and view B is floor length at the center front, and it has a train in the back. Fabric recommendations are crepe back satin, 4-ply crepe, and jacquard. Vogue 1994, a Rachel Comey design. This is a jumpsuit. Now it looks like it might be the berry jumpsuit, which the berry jumpsuit has that zip front and partial elastic back. The jumpsuit retails for $495 and it is cotton and polyurethane. And it also looks like the sleeves on this pattern are from her Marcelino jumpsuit, and that one retails for $595. The description on the pattern, loose-fitting jumpsuit with belt, has front waist pleats, exposed front zipper, pointed collar, front pockets, elastic back waist, top stitching and stitched hems. Fabric recommendations are gabardine, medium weight denim, and twill. Vogue 1992. I did not find an exact inspiration photo for this one, but it looked like Chanel to me, so I looked at Chanel runway shows and Chanel website, seeing if I could find anything that could have possibly been the inspiration. As you can see, I did find a couple that are not exact matches, but you can use them as inspiration and start with this pattern to recreate them. The pattern description, semi-fitted lined jackets have bias binding with exposed raw edges, front button closure, side seam pockets, and long 3-piece sleeves with mock vent. View A has purchased trim. Both skirt and pants have a contour waistband, front fly zipper, and side pockets. The skirt has purchased trim on the hem, and the pants have an invisible hem. The fabric recommendations are linen blends, tweed, and wool flannel. I do have a couple Vogue patterns from the fall 2023 release because I didn't have an opportunity to put together a video like this for you. Here's just a couple more patterns with that designer inspiration. Vogue 1974. These appear to be inspired by Saint Laurent soft black leather pants that retail for $6,390. Okay, the description for these pants. Bell-bottom pants that sit 1 inch below the waist. The pants have a fly front zipper, side front pockets, back darts, bias hem facings, and stitched hems. Now, the inspiration photo is a soft leather, but that is not one of the recommendations. Fabric recommendations for this pattern include stretch wovens, tencel twill, and wool suiting. Vogue 1943. The inspiration appears to be from Sophia, and it retails for $1,115, and it is out of heavy crepe, 96% polyester, 4% elastane. The pattern description reads, off-the-shoulder, double-breasted lined jacket, close fitting through the bust. It has boning, fully interfaced body, and long sleeves. Semi-fitted high-rise pants have flared legs, invisible back zipper, and hook and eye. There are separate pattern pieces for cup sizes A, B, C, and D. Fabric recommendations for this look are wool blends, medium weight crepe, and linen blends and jacquard. Vogue 1933. This is another look straight from the runway. A Valentino dress out of silk veil that retails for $8,200. The description on the pattern reads, button front A-line dress, loose fitting through the bust. It has dropped shoulders, collar, neckband, patch pocket, side slits, and length variations. The long sleeves have a concealed button closure along the underseam and button cuffs. Now, the fabric recommendations are poplin, linen blends, cotton shirting, and sateen. I've already purchased this pattern. I am indeed going to sew this one for the winter season. Vogue 1941. This looks like it was inspired by an Alexander McQueen skirt. While I did find an inspiration photo, I wasn't able to find one on a retail site, so I don't know what it retailed for, nor do I know what the fabric was for this skirt. The description for this pattern reads, full asymmetric skirt, cut cross grain, has draped side split, Faced hem, waistband, invisible back zipper, and length variations. Fabric recommendations: veil, Mikado, linen blends, Ankara fabric, and satin. Vogue 1945. I'm only talking about the leggings here. The leggings were inspired by Terry Mugler, and the leggings that I found on the site retail for $690, and some of them are even partially sheer. The pattern description reads, loose-fitting crop tops have dropped shoulders, long sleeves, rib knit trim, and optional crew neckline or hoodie. The high-rise leggings have spiral panels, waistband with elastic, stitched hems, and length variations. To sew these leggings, you're going to need 4-way stretch knits, 75% cross-grain, activewear knits, double knit, or spandex blends. I think this video shows that Vogue Patterns is back to doing what it does best. It gives us home sewers designer-inspired looks that we can sew ourselves. Did you have a favorite from what I shared with you? Do you know of a designer-inspired pattern that I did not include? Please leave it in the comments for me below. Until I see you in the next video, I hope you have a blessed day. Happy sewing. View hey. I always pronounce that wrong, hang on. And the pants have an invisible trim. Vogue, no, I need to start that over. Buttons near the, oh, caught me. Why does it always get stuck in my eye? Hey.